Hi there everybody, thank you for clicking on this video. Welcome back to Ms. Johnson's Read Aloud Time. So we're going to continue on with the next part of book recommendations that I really like. These are stories that really mean something to me and are very powerful. I like the picture book messages, I like the pictures, I like the story. So I'm going to show you another book that I really like, so let's get started. Okay, so this book is by Joaquin Woodson and illustrated by Rafael Lopez, and it is called The Day You Begin. So it's got a really awesome message in the story that's kind of really powerful, and it's a special book to me because a really good friend of mine had given me this book. 3A, if you remember Miss Shelley, she gave me this book to kind of inspire me when she worked at our school. So that's something really special about it, and also it's a good message to teach kids. So here we go, let's get started. The Day You Begin. Alright, so it says, for Sia, Nell, and Josie by J.W., to Santiago, Moon Whispered by R.L., and those are the people that created the story. So, dedications are like who the book is for. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one is quite like you. Maybe it will be your skin, your clothes, or the curl in your hair. There will be times when no one understands the way words curl from your mouth, the beautiful language of the country you left behind. My name is Roberto. We just moved here from Venezuela. And because you don't understand, the classroom will fill with laughter until the teacher quiets everyone. Roberto from Venezuela, your teacher says so soft and beautifully that your name and homeland sounds like flowers blooming on the first bright notes of a song. There will be times when the words don't come. Your own voice, once huge, now smaller. When the teacher asks, "What did you do last summer?" Tell the class your story. We went to France, Chayla says. These shells came from a beach in Maine. A boy named Jonathan holds up a jar filled with tiny shells so fragile they looked like they'd turned to dust in your own untraveled hands. My whole family went to India, Spain, South Carolina. Each souvenir a small triumph of a journey. Their travels going on and on. And as you stand in front of the room, you can only remember how the heat waved as it lifted up the curb. Lifted up the curb, and your days spent at home caring for your little sister, who made you laugh out loud and hugged you hard at nap time. You can only remember the books that you kept on reading long after she had fallen asleep. And in the room where no one else is quite like you, you'll look down at your own empty hands and wonder, what good is this when other students are flying and sailing and going somewhere? There will be times when the lunch your mother packed you is so strange or too unfamiliar for others to love as you do. When even your own friend Nadja will wrinkle her nose and say, "What's in there anyway?" And you'll wonder how she doesn't see the rice beneath the meat and kimchi. You'll wonder why she doesn't remember that rice is the most popular food in the world. There will be times when the climbing bars are too high, the run is too fast and far, and the game isn't one you can even really play. I don't want to hear him on our team. You can watch. Maybe you can have a team later. A turn later. There will be times when the world feels like a place that you're standing all the way outside of. And all that stands beside you is your own brave self, steady as steel and ready, even though you don't know what you're ready for. So I like this picture. I think it's cool. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one is quite like you until the day you begin to share your stories. My name is Angelina, and I spent my whole summer with my little sister. You tell the class your voice stronger than a minute ago, reading books and telling stories, and even though we're right on our block, it was like I was going everywhere. Your name is like my sister's, Roberto says. Her name is Angelina too. And all at once, in the room where no one else is quite like you, the world opens itself up a little wider. It makes some space for you. This is the day you begin to find the places inside your laughter and your lunches, your books, your travel, and your stories, where every new friend has something a little like you and something else so fabulously not quite like you at all. Look, they became friends. And she has more friends. All right, so what I like about the stories, and I think is it talks about a really important part where there will be times where you're different, you're not like everybody else in there, but once you start embracing those differences and kind of opening yourself up, there are people there, the people that you want to hang out with and be with, that will find small connections with you, so then you can like create your own story. So don't be ashamed of where you're from or the things that you have in your life, because they're things that you have. They're awesome. Embrace them, and then people will, love it and talk about things that you guys have in common. So that's why I really like the story. I also really like it because I really love the illustrations. I think it's so beautiful. We've seen kind of a lot of very quirky artwork. Here, let's find a really good one. Like when they're outside, there's all like, they're going on adventures in their books, and, when they're outside, I think it's just a really, like, the illustrator just did a really great job, and the writer did a really great job telling a cool story. So that is it for this time. I hope you liked this story. Hope you're liking all these stories. These are my recommendations, and I hope you're listening and following along. All right, thank you so much. Stay tuned. Bye.